as time is passing by, I'm starting to receive more offers to work abroad. Soon, the whole COVID situation is going to be manageable, borders are going to start opening up again, and there's going to be an increased need for foreign teachers to teach at schools or after-school programs. In light of this, I've decided to give you 10 tips for living abroad. Disclaimer, this is a very short list. There are many more topics to go over, and I will be going over a lot of them in more detail in the future. Right now, these are just 10 tips that I found to be very helpful. That's not even my top 10 list. This is just 10 tips that I feel are a little bit more crucial than others. And we'll find out if you agree or disagree at the end of it. But without further ado, 10 tips for living abroad. There are a plethora of things you need to know before you go, like, is it expensive to live there? How safe is the community that you're going to move into? Is the government friendly to foreigners? Is it easy to convert your money from the local currency to your home currency? Is it easy to send money home? Do they have your personal hygiene products? Ladies, do they have your personal hygiene products? I mean, me personally, I would go to China with like a year's worth of deodorant in my suitcase because they don't like Western medicine or a lot of chemical stuff. It's more of like a cultural thing. Nevertheless, it's very important for you to do your research before you go over there. That's going to be a common thread in these videos. Research. Why? Because the research will set you free. What will research do? It will set you free. It will set you free. What will research do? It will set you free. Now, I'm not knocking the company you're about to work for when I say this, but make sure that you take money with you and in the local currency if you can. Even if a company is saying that they're going to cover all expenses and all initial expenses and your housing and everything, you should still take money with you. Why? Well, you don't know how long it's going to take for them to pay you because you don't know how long it's going to take for the government to say it's okay to pay you, or you don't know how long it's going to take to set up a bank account. And sometimes, like mistakes happen and like it will take twice as long for them to like process your paperwork and do that sort of thing. In short, bureaucracy. And this happens all over the world, including in the US. So I would not move to another city in the US without money, even if they told me that they were going to pay me. So I wouldn't do the same when I'm traveling across the world. Take money. Make sure that you're taking enough because you also want to make sure that you're taking extra in case some unexpected expense pops up. Listen, when you're over there, you're kind of on your own because you don't know exactly how long it's going to take for somebody to send you money, and you don't want to do something to like get like on the shady side of things, like getting a shady loan or something like that. Then you're going to be in a whole other set of trouble, and you don't want that. But this is easily solved. Make sure that you take money with you, or at least make sure that you have enough money to get back. Patience. It's not only a virtue, but a vital tool in living abroad. You have to remember that many of the laws and regulations that apply to local people will not apply to you. Like, you will have to jump through more hoops, and this will take time. And it's better to be patient in the situation. Also, you have to be kind to the vendors, the bankers, the government officials, the police that are trying to help you out. Because remember, they're going above their usual work in order to try to help you. And you should be grateful for their help. Also, remember that things take time, and like the key is patience. Losing your cool is only going to make things worse. You're going to make yourself look foolish, and remember, as an ambassador to your country, when you're living abroad, it's going to make your country look foolish. So remember, patience is key, and patience is the key to get things done. One of the things that you're going to have to try to handle graciously is culture shock. You're going to see something eventually that you're going to be appalled about or disgusted about or weirded out about just because it's so different from the way you're brought up or your personal ethics or your personal level of cleanliness. It's very good to try to not just like blow up or something like that over culture shock, because remember, it goes both ways. There's things that you're going to get weirded out about, and there's things that you do that are going to weird out other people or they're going to get offended by. So for example, my first year in China, I lived in Hunan in the apartment of my boss with a Chinese roommate. And one day, we are running late for work. We're both working at the same time. He's helping me out. I'm helping him out in classes, and we're rushing. And I'm trying to put on my clothes and get everything I need ready. And I'm rushing to the door, and he's like, "Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up! We're running late. We're running late." And I'm putting on my shoes, and he's like, "Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up!" And I'm chunky, so you have to bend over more, and it's taking a little bit more time. So I accidentally, without thinking, put my shoe on a very fancy chair that was in the gaming parlor area to tie my shoe. And my roommate blew a gasket because this was our boss's place. And you're not supposed to be putting your feet on the furniture. You're not supposed to be putting your shoes on the furniture. In fact, in a lot of Asian cultures, you're supposed to be leaving your shoes by the door. It's unhealthy, it's unhygienic, it makes sense. But here in the US, we don't really do that. We kind of are a little bit more laissez-faire when it comes to that sort of thing. He was disgusted and he got angry, and then I apologized. I just mentioned to him that I'm not used to that. I'll do better in the future, and that was solved itself. But remember, there are going to be instances of culture shock. You need to handle them graciously and try not to do things that are going to offend your hosts as well. You will often hear stories about entrepreneurs out in the world who go it by themselves and they pull themselves up by their own bootstraps, and that's the biggest load of fairy tales you're ever going to hear. Everybody succeeds through the help of family, friends, mentors, teachers, etc. The same rule applies abroad. Don't go this alone. It is an unnecessary and harsh existence. I literally now have friends all over the world, and there isn't a single one that hasn't helped me or I haven't helped. I mean, it could be the little things like hanging out after a hard day, or it could be something more difficult like getting help from a local with government officials. It's really important to make friends because the people who survive abroad are the ones who create their own support groups and their own community. And this is the point in the video where I figured out that it was gonna go about 17 minutes long if I did all 10 tips in a row, and I think that's a little bit too much to do in one go. So to make it easier on you, I am actually cutting this video in half. If you want to see the epic conclusion, please tune in next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. Let's quest for wonder as we try to be a little bit more worldly. See you next time.